Record.
Yeah.
Got it. Record.
Got it.
Please
Looks
ask
like
host to give you permission to record.
I did.
I have an account, so like I wonder if it would do that still.
No, that's not.
I always have food on here.
Okay, there you go. Now you can do it. I made it so that you don't have to ask, but whatever.
Recording. Okay.
I also sent you a friend request on Zoom, so I don't have to keep emailing it to you.
Okay.
I figured that out today. So that went to your email. Ooh, what was that? Anyways.
Turn you up.
That's hey! This is episode 12.
Hi!
Welcome to our humble abode. This is a podcast.
What's with the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Your new favorite paranormal and true crime podcast.
Look how red my ear is.
Are you drinking?
Yeah.
My ears get red when I drink sometimes if I drink certain things.
It's weird.
Or maybe you're just excited.
Eating?
Ice cream.
Alice is eating ice cream right now.
Like ice cream milk. I pour milk, like I always pour like a little splash of milk in my ice cream. I don't know why I do it. Don't judge me. But everybody always, or ice cream soup. Everybody always makes fun of me for it. But it's
good soup.
Extreme chocolate mix tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Good soup. I don't even know what that's from. What is that from?
It's from a movie with Keanu Reeves or whatever his name is.
It's not that one movie with the dog, is it?
I don't know.
With the puppy?
I don't know.
It's so sad.
But he's sitting in a diner and like talking to someone, and he takes this good soup.
Good soup. I need to look
I
this
only
up.
know that because TikTok, I was looking at someone's account where they said, where does the original sound come from? And he would like play where the original sound would come from for trending sounds.
I love those.
Yeah.
I love being able to know where it came from.
Huh?
It's like, I love being able to know like where things like that came from. It's the dumbest thing ever, but it's fun.
Mean,
cool.
Knowledge is power. Power is knowledge.
That's right. It's like whenever your parents say something the entire time you're growing up, and then you realize, holy crap, they got that from a movie in like the 70s. Because you see the movie years and years later.
Years
it's like Inception.
Later. do. Alice and I were talking the other day, and I can't remember what happened, but something broke in the trailer. I was like, no, it's broken. And she's like, oh no, our table, it's broken. I was like, sister, because that's from it's a trending TikTok sound.
I was wondering, what is that from?
I was like, I don't know if I should be impressed or embarrassed that you know
was
this.
A perfect impression of Alice, by the way. There's trash in my pocket.
Oh, she's coming in.
Is she eating unicorn ice cream? Because my kids are.
Huh?
Is she eating unicorn ice cream? Because my kids are.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know you were doing that. Yep, I'm doing my podcast, so you need to go chill out up there or in the room.
Oh, you're doing the podcast.
Okay, come say hi.
It's not Katie, it's Bree.
Did she say Katie?
Hi, Bree. Oh. Hi, Alice. I played in your room all afternoon today.
What?
Oh, sorry. I said I played in your room all afternoon today. I had a lot of fun with some baby dolls.
They're not baby dolls.
Oh, dolls. My Life dolls. American Girl dolls.
American Girl dolls.
I changed all their clothes.
What did you change them to?
Guess you'll find out when you get here. Your room looks super cool, by the way.
It's really cold.
No, it's cool. It looks good. It looks cool.
Oh, I thought you were saying Alaska is cold.
Yeah, it's cold. It's like 25 below out right now. It's 20 below.
Thank you for cleaning the house.
You're welcome. You don't need to say thank you for that. But you're welcome.
Go on and get.
Bye.
Bye.
Go on and get.
Get them. Get.
Go on and
Hey.
get.
Never mind. I'm not even
Go,
gonna ask.
go.
I was gonna ask you if it's okay that my mic is doing this thing again.
Yeah, I think it looks
Don't
fine.
touch it. Just
It
don't
sounds
touch
fine.
things.
Go now. No, ma'am. Go before I beat you.
God, I miss her.
I'm just kidding, people. I won't actually beat her. I keep forgetting that we have more
Beat you
Patreon done.
in the race
Go.
is what she meant.
I will beat you to bed.
I will beat you in
Go.
eating dessert.
Please, Alice, I don't want to have a lot of interruptions tonight, okay? Grab your laptop.
Mama, you know that baby coloring thing that's broken.
I'm sorry. Go. Anyways, so this is a special episode.
Yeah.
Our listeners episode.
Yeah. Second listeners episode.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah. So get pumped.
You just ate ice cream and a cookie. You're not hungry. Close those doors. Yes, fine. My
Gosh.
mom, she took her to grocery outlet, and my mom let her pick out a bunch of ice cream, cookies, and 2 different types of cupcakes.
Enjoy it. Enjoy being there.
What are you doing? There's nothing up there that you can have.
Grandparents are the best.
Do not say you do you boo to me. Come on, I'm waiting for you because you're making noise. There's the Uncrustables in there. Should have told Nana to have you just stay in there.
It's okay. It's giving me
Hey.
time to eat my ice cream.
Yes, there is. You have to look.
I ate the last 2.
Do you want those chips right there? They're in that bag.
I'll go back to Nana's.
To get what?
To get to the other side.
Go. You're not going to Nana's house. Leave her, let her sleep. My mom had her dog had puppies this morning. More
Another one?
puppies. She has like 5 dogs. She breeds them.
Gosh. 5 preggers?
Well, I mean,
Well, I guess my dad breeds. Well, they don't usually breed multiple, but they breed one
this
at a
one,
time.
they weren't expecting them to. I think it was an accident.
It was a drunken night.
The dogs?
Yeah. Somebody was playing some Marvin Gaye. Somebody had a little bit too much wine. We all know what happens.
I don't know. Try calling them. Yeah. So she was up all night with her because she was laboring, and then one got stuck, so she had to go to the ER.
Oh no.
The dog ER. Excuse me. Close the door. So
Sorry.
that's okay. So we have more puppies, but they look like little rats right now.
Aw. Gross.
Yeah. Nasty.
Gross.
I was like last night she was like, I put her on her back and I was like rubbing her stomach and I was like, it's okay. Like what you do when you're in labor, like doing different
Aw.
exercises like with her legs.
Oh,
And
babies.
pushed him out.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
used to do that? Has your mom always done that?
Yeah, growing up she's always kind of bred. She bounced between breeds, but she originally had Cocker Spaniels, then we got Beagles, and then I don't think we ever bred any Labs, and then she moved to back to Cocker Spaniels. So
We did boxers.
boxers, yeah.
Good dog.
Yeah. I used to breed Great Danes. I miss that.
I wish you
So
still did. Because then I would be tempted to get another dog, though.
they're
And
so
I
much
just want a
fun.
pig. I want a pig. I'm so serious.
That would be so much fun. A daycare parent that I know has 2 pigs, I believe.
Oh,
And they're
I
like
just
they're
want
indoor
a
animals.
pig. Yeah, I just
N-
want
But
a miniature one. Not
this
like a
one's
giant
they're
one.
this one's big.
Yeah, no. No. I
Just
want
a
a
little
miniature
baby
pig.
miniature micro pig.
Yeah, they get like maybe like this big.
What would you
Think.
name him?
I don't know.
Her.
Ham. Dinner.
Christmas.
Sorry. Spam.
Spam. I love spam. That would be so cute.
Hamlet.
Spam
Oh,
Hamlet.
I like. Oh, it's cute. Oh, we could have so much fun with so many names.
Bacon.
One day I will get
One
my
day.
pig.
Yeah. I love that. Well,
So,
oh, I forgot to get a neighborhood story.
that's okay. If you need time to look up one, I can tell mine. I have
Okay,
one ready.
tell yours. Yeah.
Literally the last one I have on standby, so
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna have
The
to I'm gonna have
table.
to search for more. Oh
It's
no, the
broken.
table. Um, so the first neighborhood story in this episode, it's titled "Seeking Corgi for 1 hour." Speaking of puppies,
Aw.
right? That would be like a small dog that I could have because I like big dogs, but like if I had a small dog, I would totally want a corgi because their butts are like so flippin' cute.
They're so cute.
Their
Rick
little
he
butt
said
curtains.
so cute. Rick said that if we ever get another dog, that's what we're getting is a corgi.
They're so cute.
I know.
All right, seeking corgi for 1 hour. Does anyone have a corgi we could borrow for an hour or two Saturday evening? May 19th. It would be from 6 to 8 p.m., or it can be earlier, later, shorter, or longer. It would be for a royal wedding viewing, and the corgi would receive much admiration and care. Thanks. Hancock and General, I don't know, but yeah.
They just wanted to borrow a corgi for the
First-
royal wedding viewing.
I guess. Like, hey, you know, it'd be really great while we're watching the royal wedding? A corgi.
A corgi.
Let's go get a corgi. Everybody would love it.
That's so weird.
And
Oh
that's why I
man.
picked it, because it's weird.
Doop 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 doop. Okay. Well, this
Are
is
we
our
gonna like,
neighborhood.
sorry, are we gonna like bounce off of each other? Like I tell one, you tell one, I tell one, you tell one?
Yeah. That
Okay.
works. Yeah. This is our neighborhood or this is our listener episode,
Yeah.
and I'm so excited for it. It's our second one, episode 12. Can't believe we've been doing this for 12 weeks.
I know. I'm so proud of us.
I am too.
And we've come so far-ish.
We have
Please
lots
listen to
more
us backwards,
viewers.
people.
Skip episode 1 through 5.
Someone asked about our podcast today on some group that I'm in, and I was like, you should check us out. And they're like, okay, I've never heard of you guys before, but I love podcasts. And I was like, yeah, I was like, feel free to, switch them around on the episodes, or, listen from backwards to the first episode. I was like, a lot of people like to do that. Just don't listen to episode 3.
I feel like we should just somehow make it so
Disclosure.
episode yeah,
Warning.
this one may cause a headache.
Was that the one with the dinging?
I don't know, but your sound was like super loud.
Awful. Yeah,
And
I was
then
yelling in everybody's ears.
and it was kind of echoing a little bit. I don't remember.
Awful. Do you want to go first?
Um, Yeah, I have three stories for you.
Okay. I also have 3.
And I have a short one that I need to,
You do have 3?
yeah. I have 2 true crime ones and then 1 paranormal one.
Oh, okay.
One, yeah. I
Okay.
told you, yeah. Okay, so
You
this
can go ahead
one,
and go.
okay, so this one is kind of short. I mean, it is short. But I was actually like really thinking it's kind of funny and cool. Um, but it's super, super short. This one is actually from Steve Colbert, my dad.
That's your dad.
I used to tell people that all the time. My dad's Steve Colbert, and they'd be like, "No, it's not." I'd be like, "Yeah, it is." And then I would like, because that's his
Oh,
name.
yeah.
But we pronounce the last name Colbert, not Colbert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together because
Mhm.
I don't think of your name being pronounced that way,
Yeah.
or your
And
maiden
then
name.
my uncle, I always
Oh
would
shit, that's
always
awesome.
my uncle, I used to always tell people that my uncle was Ricky Martin because his name is Ricky and his last name was Martin.
That's awesome. People are like,
Some people
"What?"
believe me. Some people didn't. Anyways, so this one's for my dad, but
All right,
uh
Steve.
he was excited to show it to me, so I wanted to share it. So this is not my story, but I have permission to share it. While on a mule deer hunting trip in Arizona, my friend Gary Stewart said that he had the most bizarre experience while out in the field. Hanging out with his brother Steve and his cousin Matt, it, they were hanging out in the most amazing country. Uh, it was a blast. They were having a great time waiting for opening day, but in the meantime, scouting for some good sized bucks. On opening day, they came across a human skull and other bones. This was in
What?
Arizona. I don't know if I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They called the state troopers and they came out. After investigating, they determined that the bones and skull had been dug up by a badger, which, boo, but
Why? Why?
which which is scary enough considering they were standing on top of native grave burial ground.
Oh shit. This is like a paranormal and true crime.
I know. That was it.
That's perfect. That's a perfect length story. Like
Yeah.
that's not too short. That's not bad. Future
Yeah.
reference if anybody wants to send a story and thinks it's too short, that is not too short. That's good.
Isn't that scary?
I love it. That's awesome. That's crazy.
You're just like
Ooh,
doing your
human
thing.
skull. Ugh.
Oh, there's a picture too. Let me
What?
see if I can pull it up.
Your dad was actually there? Or was it his friend
Oh,
that was
there was
it was his
another
friend?
his yeah.
Okay, I was
This is
wondering who
just
the
my
other
dad's friend.
Steve was. I didn't think that was him. I wasn't sure.
Isn't that
Oh, I
creepy?
see it. The
I don't know if you can
eyeballs.
see
Yeah, I can see it. Oh,
it.
there's eyes, but no eyes.
I'll post the picture on Patreon.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, 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 cool. So if you go hunting, beware, there may be human skulls.
Yeah.
Great
When he
places to
first
hide bodies.
when when he first told me the story, he said it was in Wyoming or Utah, and I was like, it was like Gabby Petito's skull, and then he's like, no.
I would be wondering if it was that one farm. Do you know what I'm talking about? The alien one? What's it called? Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh no.
There's a really cool
Yeah,
documentary on that. I want to cover that one
I'll
day.
have to watch that.
It's really good. It's really long
Yeah,
though.
yeah. So
That's
that
awesome.
was thank you, Steve,
Thank you,
for
Steve.
father, for sending that in or telling me it, and I had to type it up, but
Dads, they're great.
they're great.
So, I have a story for you. It's not a little bit longer, it's a lot longer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So I have which Amy knows this, but I have a secret, everybody.
Bree, what's your secret?
So I have a story here from Bob. If you guys remember who
Bob.
Bob is with the story
Bob's
about
Corner.
Bob's Corner. If you remember the story about the house with the little old man. Well, fun fact, Bob is not Bob. Dum dum dum.
Well, then who would Bob be, Bree?
Gee, Amy, I don't know. Could we possibly have another Steve here?
Oh my goodness,
What?
two
Bob's
Steves.
my dad. So yeah, my dad's weird and he wanted me to keep his identity. My dad's a weirdo. He's a he, he's like one of those people who's like constantly paranoid about the government and stuff. And he told me finally, he's like, you know what, you can just reveal me in the next one. It's okay. And I was like, okay, Dad. It's like nobody's looking for you. Not that,
If he has a phone.
so mean, but if you have a phone, exactly. All right, I'm not gonna say where he lives, but
You already did.
I'm kind of gonna. I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of in here.
Well,
Sort of.
welcome to the show, Steve. I am so glad
Steve.
you're here.
That's my daddy. He's
That's
awesome.
my daddy.
That's our daddies. My dad
Mhm.
has a lot have had, as Bob told you, Steve told you in the last episode, he's had a lot of experiences with paranormal, and just everything weird. Like my dad is
That's where
like
you
a
get it.
magnet. Yeah, that's why I'm into it. But he's a magnet for it. So he starts it with, "Hello, my fellow what's with the neighbors connoisseurs. This is Bob again." He wanted me to reveal it a different way, by the way. You'll find out later in the story, but
Oh, okay.
I got so pissed off that he wrote me such a long thing that I had to copy down and write myself and decipher his handwriting. So I was like, no, I'm not doing it your way. I'm going to do it my way.
So you're telling me he hand writes it and then
And takes pictures of it.
Oh.
And I can read cursive, but it's like some of the words are really hard to decipher,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
At least he didn't mail it to you.
No, he's not that old school. He doesn't like to use the internet at all.
He just types it and then
On his little typewriter.
and then
And
sends
his pen and quill. He's old as shit.
A pigeon carrier.
Oh, he's gonna love
Okay,
this.
I'm sorry, Steve.
All right, my bad. All right, so hello, my fellow What's with the Neighbors connoisseurs. This is Bob again. We had first left off with little old man leaving my daughter Ashley's room and my son Matthew, that's my older sister, my older brother, waking up at about the same time Ashley would. I was not around for this. I was a surprise later. This was also the same night Ashley had received a much needed full night of sleep. The story was going to reel you in with the Raggedy Ann doll, capture you with the choo choo train, chastise you with the chest pounding terror. My dad is a writer, not really.
Yeah, he is.
And interrupt your conversations and TV shows with the hallway shadows.
Wow.
Unfortunately, King Cronus, right? Unfortunately, King Cronus would not allow such a story at this time. No pun intended. And he made me look up who this King Cronus is, which has nothing to do with this story.
He's
but
so precious.
King Cronus is the god of time, and he just kind of switched over different times and just.
Okay, sure.
He wanted to throw us for a loop. He's a jerk. He didn't give us what we wanted. So,
come on.
Thanks, Bob.
Way to go, Bob. We should just keep calling him Bob.
I like it. This brings us to Farfar's baptism. Growing up, I would spend every moment I could with my grandparents, Farfar and Papa. Everybody knows a Papa, but what's a Farfar? Farfar was the name bestowed upon my grandmother by my angelic sister, Cheryl. God rest her soul. She was given that name for living so far, far away. She was the best.
Aww.
Loved her. Funny thing about the name was it stuck. My grandmother, Martha Pearl Farnsworth Tobias, would be introduced to most people she met for the rest of her 99 years as Farfar. She liked the name for the most part, but she did tell me one time I worked the first half of my life to become a grandmother, and I'm called Farfar for the rest of it. For this reason, I
Aw.
called her grandma about half the time as an adult. Farfar and I were best friends my entire life and would often do arduous tasks together, mainly for the company of the other. I would call her at 6 o'clock in the morning and say, "Road dog, are you in?" She would answer, "I'll get the coffee on. Where are you going? Where are we going?"
Oh,
Again, she is as awesome as she is in this story.
yeah.
We would drive 5 hours away on the interstate and hit every antique store, Goodwill, or garage sale on the way. As I said,
I
we were
love
best
that.
friends. As a young adult, I left the Navy and I went back to the Gulf Coast of Florida and stayed with my parents for a few months until I could get a new job and a place of my own. My grandmother, Farfar, lived on the same property not more than 100 yards away. My parents had bought the property shortly after I joined the Navy. I had been owned It had been owned by an elderly couple. The woman had emphysema and another lung issue and heart problems. The man was a chain smoker who didn't go outside to smoke and was angry with his wife for her illness. She,
Oh,
Renee, lived in the back bedroom until she passed. After passing, he sold the property and house to my parents. My parents' house had 3 bedrooms, a craft room, and 2 bathrooms. Farfar lived in her own 1 bedroom house on the property. A little side note about myself: since I was around 20 years old, I had been to, talked to, messaged, and scolded by spirits, ghosts, or whatever you're comfortable with calling them. They have not typically been malicious or malevolent, though I have provoked one to be a little, a freaking lot scary. I
oh,
do converse with them I'm pretty sure that's the one that we grew up with.
yeah.
Um, I do converse with them frequently and feel as if they are part of my life. The room my parents made ready for me was the back bedroom, the room across from theirs, which was the room that the
The
lady
room.
Renee died
Yeah.
in, and the same room Renee had apparently died in. When I first moved in with my parents, I noticed that something or someone would sit on the edge of the bed at night. I would open my eyes to see who was there and see nothing. After several nights of sitting on the edge of the bed, it struck me that maybe someone is there. Then I went back to sleep.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's something I can sleep with.
Yeah. Oh, just
It's
someone's
fine.
gonna
You
watch me
there?
sleep. It's
Okay, you're
fine.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nope.
The following night, I armed myself with awareness. I listened and waited and heard nothing but the pull of the chain on the ceiling fan. So I spoke. "Are you there?" Crickets. The chain on the fan rattled once. Nothing else. Then I asked again, "Is this Renee?" Once again, nothing. The chain on the fan rattled again. I asked, "Were you killed here?" Still silence. The chain on the fan rattled, and again it rattled. I said, "Fine, don't talk to me." Nothing again except the chain, one more time. I rolled over to sleep and almost dozed off. My eyes opened wide, once for yes, and two for no. I said out loud. The chain rattled once. I talked with Renee for almost an hour. Finally, I said good night. One rattle. After our first conversation, I'm not sure how many nights we stayed up late talking for hours sometimes, or sometimes just minutes. My dad can talk so damn much that he talks a ghost's ear off.
He's talking to ghosts.
Yeah.
He's talking to ghosts ear
He's
off.
like, "Dad, come on now. You have better things to do."
Come on.
I'm bored.
I love that so much.
Um, I'm not sure when I told Mom and Farfar, they told me stories they had experienced, but I didn't feel that either one really believed me or the accuracy of their own stories they told. The belief in spirits or ghosts has always been taboo or at least hidden throughout history. As the story at my parents' house lingered, they suggested I remodeled the small closet to accommodate more clothes and shoes. The opportunity was perfect. I called Farfar. She came right away, and we put on the coffee. She folded and hung clothes, told me depths for hangers and the heights for shoe storage. My new closet was turning out incredible. Out of the blue, Farfar says to me, "Do you really believe?" I instantly knew what she was talking about, and I said, I do. Yes or no answers or not. They have all been correct. She gave me her canned answer. Yes, honey. Um, she didn't believe it. She absolutely knew in her mind it wasn't true. My road dog just gave me her yes, honey, answer just to appease me. Ah! The small light in the ceiling fan went. Then the small light in the ceiling. I said, "I've never seen a light go out without turning the switch on." Farfar
Wow.
said, "Me neither." Without a skip, I hollered for my youngest daughter, da da da, guess who? And this
Not
is where you
you.
wanted me to introduce me. Brianna, what a stupid name. Who is this Brianna girl?
Who's Brianna?
Brianna hollered back, "Yes, sir." I said, "Bring me a 60-watt light bulb, please. They're in the laundry room." Okay. A few minutes later, Bree came in with the bulb. I laid the bulb on the bed, got a stepladder, and took the light globe down. The old bulb laid in the globe. It wasn't screwed in. It had been laying in the globe. I
Oh.
just wanted to reiterate that. I poured the old bulb out of the globe and shook it lightly by my ear. I heard nothing. I screwed it back into the receptacle and it lit up. Surprised, I checked to see how far it had to unscrew and to make it light. It took 2.5 turns counterclockwise until the light turned on. As if on cue, the phone rang. It was my mother with a short grocery list. I promise I'm almost done. For dinner. Farfar said that she wanted to go and to pick her up at her house. She left, and the skies opened up. It was the typical 3 o'clock downpour for our neck of the woods. I
Yeah.
drove down to Farfar's, and she came with purse, raincoat, and her shower cap.
I love that.
Yep. We arrived at Winn-Dixie in about 15 minutes, and I pulled up to the store to let her out. Before she got out of the car, I told her that if she kept the shower cap on, I wasn't walking with her in the store.
Bring the shower cap. I'm not going.
Right. She giggled until I thought she almost peed herself. She pulled the shower cap off and threw it in the back seat. She left the car and I parked. We were soon back together in the grocery store and had our shopping done before we were both blah, blah, blah. Had our shopping done. We both checked out and we were able to get to the car before it started to pour again. We made it home and I pulled up to her house. It was still pouring. She looked through everything for her shower cap. I looked front and she looked back. No shower cap. She finally said, "To hell with it." Then she grabbed her 2 bags and went in. I pulled the car up to my mom and dad's house and unloaded the groceries. As I finished, the phone rang. It was Farfar. I asked, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yes, just listen." Okay. So I went into my house and put my bags on the counters. I was soaked and I took my clothes off at my bedroom door. I walked in my bathroom to get dry clothes and looked at my bed. "Do you know what was on my bed?" I said, "No, I don't." "My shower cap." I asked, "Do you believe now?" She said, "I do." Farfar was baptized. The end.
Barbara was baptized with the belief of ghosts.
There she goes. She was very stubborn.
Oh my gosh, that is a wild story.
I know, I had such a hard time reading it because I love her. She was the best.
Oh,
She
I
was so
love
sweet.
that.
But yeah, it was really cool. He really nailed her, like her
He's like, "Do you believe
personality.
now?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it just took the shower cap going missing in the car and finding it on my bed to
Yeah,
believe.
right.
That'd be so creepy.
I know. Like, what the hell? I wonder if it still had
No.
water on it. That would be
No,
even creepier
I would
if it was,
hate
like,
that
wet.
so much.
Yeah. Nope.
Stop.
You next.
Okay. So I have uh I
Now that we're done on
accidentally
Steve Street.
so
The Steve
yeah, right.
stories.
So I don't know if this person wants us to reveal their name or not. So I'm just gonna call them C, I guess.
I'm pretty sure they
Um
said it was fine.
oh, at the end of the story it said
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm
Yeah, just leave it
impartial
C.
to yeah. So I'm gonna call them C. And thank you so much for writing this in.
Yes.
It was awesome.
You'll
So
we'll let you know when it airs.
yes, yeah. Okay, here we go. This is a paranormal story. There really
Mm.
is no way to make this long story short. My grandparents bought our house back in spring of 1991. And my grandparent and my grandparents, my mother and I, were moved in a few months later. I was around 18 months old when we moved in. The house was fairly new, less than 10 years old, but my grandparents were the fourth set of owners. The first pair of owners owned the property for a long time and built the main part of the house. To my understanding, the husband had tried building in two other locations on the property, but it kept burning down.
What?
Right? So, but the third time was a charm, I guess. Not long after the house was built, the husband was driving down the grade into town and was either drunk or lost control of his car, hit a tree, and was decapitated. Oh, such a terrible way to go. Obviously, his wife sold the property. The next couple that bought it added on the garage. Not long after they did that, the wife was struck and killed by a logging truck at the little local store up here. Her
I feel like
husband
this
sold the
house is in
property.
a bad location.
It's a bad location. This is just a bad
I didn't
cursed
read this one,
home.
by the way.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Um, her husband sold the property. The next couple that bought it didn't live here long. I don't know if it was their son and a daughter-in-law or a daughter and a son-in-law, but it was one of those. Along with their two children that were killed in a plane crash on one of the mountains you can see from the living room windows.
What the hell?
I know. All of that happened in a span of about 6 years. The next family that bought it was my grandparents.
Oh
My
no.
grandparents moved in and finally get everything situated as they wanted it. I had a tendency to slip out of bed and sneak down the hallway to see how close I could get to the living room before my grandfather noticed. One night, my grandfather saw a shadow sneak behind one of the couches. All he said was, "See, go back to bed." When nothing happened,
No. No, 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 no.
When nothing happened, he got up and went to check, and nothing was there. He checked on me, and
Uh,
I was fast asleep.
I got goosebumps all over me, see.
He never said anything to my mom or my grandma because he didn't want them to freak out. A little while later, my grandmother started noticing little things and started seeing shadows as well. He never said anything to anyone because he was afraid of being called crazy. She was afraid of being called crazy.
Oh.
One morning, she couldn't take it anymore and told my grandpa that they needed to talk, and he would probably think she was crazy. After she told him, all he said was, "Oh, you see them too?"
Mm.
Oh,
Well, that's so casual. Like,
I know.
oh, no big deal. Oh yeah,
What?
I've seen them. Fine.
Yeah, that's Fred and Bob and James.
Oh yeah, they were getting ice out of the freezer for their drink.
Yeah,
No, you don't
yeah,
see them.
no big deal.
It's
I
fine.
play poker with them every night after you go to bed. Uh, When I was around 2 years old, the entire house was woken up in the early hours of the morning to me screaming. My mom raced in and flipped the switch just in time to see my toys on the other side of my room shift. I was in bed. I hate that so much. I
No, I
hate that
hate
so
toys. I
much. See,
hate stories that involve toys.
ugh, it was like Toy Story, dude, but
Right?
creepy, creepy Toy Story.
Toy stories are
She
really
asked,
creepy.
yeah, that's true. She asked what was wrong, and I was apparently furious when I told her they were playing with my toys. I never slept with the light off at their house in my room after that. That is when my grandpa called the realtor and asked about the previous owners, and she told him what I first started this with. Things were relatively quiet after that. Things moved in the kitchen. You could hear someone walking in the hallway, see footprints in the carpet, which that bugs me so much.
Right? Yes.
Ugh. I do not want to see footprints in the carpet.
No, because you know someone's
Um,
been there.
yeah, and cupboards opening and closing. We didn't have house cats at the time. When I was about 10 or 11, I had another encounter at the house in my room. I was in my room, I was pulling the sheets back, and out of the corner of my eye was a man standing in the hallway. He was wearing older style black leather shoes, not boots, but not loafers, tan buckskin pants, a white shirt, and a tricolored striped vest with the tan buckskin color, dark brown, and black. His sleeves also had a band on each arm to keep the extra fabric out of the way. Like, when I'm like imagining like one of those armbands that
Mm-hmm.
tellers would wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds old-timey.
Yeah.
Sounds very classic, or
Yeah.
I don't know,
Where
like
where
leather.
his head was, there was nothing other than a black swirling mass.
What?
He
That's
did nothing.
freaky.
That is so freaky. He did nothing but stand there and disappeared when I swung my head to him. I was so freaked out. I ran back to the living room and hung out with my grandpa until his bedtime. The next morning, I told my grandparents about the man, and I told them that his name was Joe. They
Ugh.
asked me they asked me why, and I said, I don't know. I just know that his name is Joe. That's so weird, like knowledge
Why
that you didn't know
didn't
you knew.
But the fact that she hung out with her grandpa and didn't say anything about it until,
Just
like, the next morning, I would have been like,
Grandpa.
"It's probably nothing. I'll bring it up in the morning. It's okay. It's fine. Fine."
I would see him at the apartment I shared with my mom as well as at my grandparents' house which is freaky that he's following her.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was 16, I decided I needed to ball up and start sleeping with the light off because it was stupid to sleep with it on. I get that. I was very old when I started sleeping with the light off. Um so I get it, but I never saw ghosts. I set the timer on my TV, flipped my light off and went to bed. At 3:16, I woke up to my dark room and was laying on my side in bed. I didn't know why I woke up and rolled to my back only to see an outline of a person.
No.
I'm assuming a man leaning over my bed looking at me.
Oh my god.
Very grumpily, I huffed and said, "No, absolutely not. Go stand in the corner. You are being a creep. You don't stand over people and watch them sleep. It's rude.
Dang it, Joe.
Joe,
Go sit in the corner.
go stand in the corner." And the outline shifted to a standing position and walked to the corner of my room.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's so
god,
creepy
you've
and
got to be
scary.
shitting me.
I tried going back to sleep, but finally had to turn the TV on for noise and light before I was successful. There were other instances between then and the time I was about 25 or 24. But it all changed around this time. I was volunteering at our tiny town's local library and got bored one day. A neighboring town did a series of books on the history of some of the small towns in the foothills, and one of those books was about my small town. I was flipping through it to see if anyone in my family was mentioned when I noticed that there was another man with our same last name mentioned. I was curious, so I flipped to it. Since our name isn't particularly common in our town or the surrounding towns, much to my surprise, it was a man named Joseph
What?
who owned the mine and
No.
logging facility in an even smaller town just south of our town in the early 1990s. This is bananas, see. Oh my
What?
gosh. He
It's like
referred
watching over you.
I know. He preferred to go by Joe, and it wasn't unheard of for him to go miles away looking for trees to cut and log. He would sometimes wander to the area our house is at. What I could find on him was that he sold everything in the 1910s and either hopped the train and never heard from again or simply went missing after selling. I haven't found anything definitive. Definitive? Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, things really quieted down. I haven't seen Joe since I discovered what I did in the book, and I haven't had time to really uh, dive into his history. Frankly, I miss the guy. He would steal my glasses and keys at my old apartment and just overall be a pain in the ass sometimes. But I miss the guy. I hope he's at peace now. Maybe he just wanted someone to remember him.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he was kind of like a loner,
Yeah.
or find out what happened to him. I don't know. But my grandpa found it unusual that in the 30 years that they lived there, nothing remotely awful happened to them as the owners,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
as it did to the others. Maybe Joe is a long lost cousin. Maybe he just liked us. Maybe it was all a coincidence. Who knows? I now live in the same house since my grandparents have passed. I just know it's quiet and I no longer have a deep seated discomfort of having the lights off in the house anymore. I don't hear anyone walking in the hallway or opening cupboards or walking on the carpet. In a way, I'm sad. I'm secretly hoping there's still someone here and my kids will let me know so I can tell my non believer husband, I told you so. I'm
I'm not crazy.
impartial. I'm impartial to whether you say my name or not. I just hope Amy doesn't judge me if she's skeptical. I don't judge you, see, at all. Clearly, like I am skeptic.
That's
Um, but you can't make that type of stuff up.
no, you
So
can't. That's
no.
amazing.
When people tell me stories, I absolutely believe that they believe and they saw what they truly saw, but I'm going to stay skeptical because I don't want to see a ghost.
Yeah.
So
You're just scared skeptical.
I'm a scared skeptic.
There you go. That is so wild. See, oh my gosh,
Oh,
when she said he was standing over her in the bed, all I can think of was like I've had that happen to me like
no,
twice, maybe 3 times at our old
no.
house, and but I never thought of yelling at them and telling them to go to the corner.
Go to the corner.
If that ever happens to me again, I'm gonna do that.
You should. That just if that ever happened to me, I would do what I would do when I would go camping with my mom and we would run and I would be scared to see a bear. So I'd be like, in the name of Jesus Christ, you must leave me alone. In the name of Jesus Christ, you must leave me alone.
The power of Christ compels you. I should say repels you because it's a bear.
Repels you.
Ah! Oh,
That
that
was
was
a
a
great
good
story.
one.
That
Oh my
was
gosh.
and what a I know that she was very close because I know C. So she was very close, very, very close to her grandparents. So
Aw.
uh
It's a
um
heartfelt in the end. That was kind of
yeah, it's
sweet.
heartfelt. It's very sweet.
I
So
like that.
thank you, C. That was
Yes.
awesome. That
Thank
was
you.
a good one. I
All
hope you have
right.
more stories to share
Yeah, I
too.
was about to say, and feel free to submit any ones in the future if you have any other experiences.
Yeah.
Let us know
All
if your
right.
kids hear them
Oh,
when
geez,
Joe
right?
comes back. The return of Joe.
The return
Please,
of Joe.
if he comes back, please title your next story "The Return of Joe."
Absolutely 100%. Please.
All right. I have a short story from my cousin Stephanie again.
Okay.
She has lots of experiences.
Oh,
This
Stephanie.
one, yeah, this one is not paranormal. This one is more like neighborhood slash true crime ish.
Ooh.
So it's short and sweet.
Yeah.
It says, "Hello, pretty ladies. I'm back
Hello.
with." I know she. I think because we gave her a hard time about not saying hi, she's like, "Oh, now I'm gonna be
Okay.
extra."
I get it. I get it. I get it.
She gave us it. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank
Hello,
you.
pretty ladies. I'm back with some neighborhood drama this time. When I was a teenager, I used to babysit for him, and I started finding notes in my coat pocket saying stuff like, "Keep crushing those cans, babe. It's making
Ew.
your ass look so good." And "Boy, do your tits look so lickable." Yeah, ew, gross, ew, ew. Ugh. I know that
Ew,
I
that's
feel cringy just reading
nasty.
this, saying it. Then a bunch of women started saying that they were finding creepy notes in their mailboxes and on the car of their windshields, saying stuff like, "Oh my God, I loved watching you get naked tonight. I've been watching you through the window for weeks." And
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
some much more vulgar language in others.
So
He
he's like a
terrorized
peeping
two
Tom.
neighborhoods for about a year. Yeah. So he terrorized two neighborhoods for about a year before he got caught. He is still in prison. Have a great day, Stephanie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ew,
Ugh.
I'm so glad he didn't act anything
Yeah.
like out on
What a
you, Stephanie. Ew,
flippin' creeper.
nasty.
Ugh.
I
Sorry,
hate
that was
that
just
so
for
much.
everybody gets grossed out by that noise. I apologize.
Ew, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
We had a neighbor, he wasn't a peeping Tom, but he was like, he would harass us. We would have to walk by his house on the way to and from the bus stop. And
Oh no.
if he was outside when we were kids, he, and because my mom, like the daycare kids would walk with me because, they would get off the bus with me. If he was outside, like watering his plants or something, he would like spray us with the water. And so we would have to like cross the street and walk up and then cross the street again to after it was like we couldn't even walk to the mailbox because the mailbox like cluster of mailboxes were right across the street from him. So like my parents had to walk to the mailbox because he was so awful to
What a
kids.
dick.
Yeah. Then one
Was his
day,
name Richard? Sorry.
no,
Sorry for Richards out there.
sorry, Richards. One day the SWAT team surrounded his house and he was a drug dealer. So there was always people
Ew.
at his house. Yeah, he was just really mean and nasty. And he still lives. So he went to jail for a while. He came back, found Jesus, and he's like the nicest guy now.
I so wouldn't trust him.
I don't trust him
I'm
because
not.
I mean he used to spray water at me. So
You sprayed water at me when I was 8, man.
not cool, man.
Not cool. I'll never
I know
forget
that
about
there
it.
was like a bunch of other stuff that he did, but that was just like a little tidbit.
One thing you
He was
remember for sure.
yeah, hated it. So, oh, and I know he had a big nasty dog that he would like have chained out on outside. It was a Rottweiler.
Oh yeah, well, if that doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't got nothing against Rottweilers, but you got it
No.
chained outside like you guarding something.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. He was a drug dealer. So he's found Jesus and now he's fine.
All right.
Whatever. All right. I have one more story for you. You
Okay.
ready for this?
Yes.
All right.
You
So
ready for
this one is
this?
from
Sorry.
do, do, do.
Yes, it was playing in my head.
So this one's from Kathleen. Um, and she said, this happened just one street over from where we live. A public defender, Theodore Loos,
Loose.
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 Theodore Loos attempted to kill his wife and two children, 10 and 12 years old, after he had a breaking point and snapped over financial worries. One
Oh
of the
no.
kids, I know, one of the kids saw what his dad was doing, ran over to the neighbor's house in the early morning, who then called 911. The officers arrived on the scene and found Luce leaving the house. They immediately arrested him and put him in the cop car. He started banging his head super hard on the window to injure himself. So they pepper sprayed him to get him to stop. They found his wife with an injury to her head. She and the two kids were rushed to the hospital. The children only had minor injuries from like child abuse, like bruises and stuff. But the wife suffered a fracture to her skull,
Jeez.
and she's still living with brain trauma. Did I say that
Oh.
he tried to kill them with an axe? I skipped
Yeah,
that
I think
sentence on accident.
maybe. I think you did. I know you said
Yeah,
no, you said he tried to kill them. I don't know.
yeah, he tried to kill. For
Ah,
some reason skipped that sentence. He attempted to kill his wife and the two children with an axe.
jeez. Oh
So she's
man.
still living with brain trauma, which is really sad.
You know, with him like hitting his head against the car window, like I've heard that like if husbands or fathers like typically in those scenarios where they kill their family or attempt to
Uh
kill
huh.
their family, like 99 time 99% of the time they kill themselves because of it's
Yep.
like guilt.
Yeah. Oh, there's more to there's more
Oh.
to the story.
Oh, okay.
Lewis was sentenced to 9 years in prison for attempted murder, and they claimed he had a psychological condition, which was never proven. That was it. So I bet he was leaving the house to kill himself, and they just
Yeah.
caught him in time.
Yeah. How long was he in prison for?
He was sentenced to 9 years. This was
Okay.
in 2018.
Oh, so he's still there,
He's still in prison.
right?
I
Has it been
can't
9 years
believe.
yet?
Gosh, no. I can't believe that he only got 9 years.
I know, right? That's attempted murder.
Attempted murder and child. There was
Bruises.
yeah, like there was child abuse. Clearly there was uh marital abuse and attempted
Maybe
murder
because
on
of
3 people.
mentally, but I
Maybe.
guess if it's never been proven. Jeez. That's crazy. That happened not far from you?
Yep.
That's cool. Not cool.
Yeah.
That's not cool at all. That's just weird, crazy that it happened so close to you, though.
It happened
Um,
on the street that I like. If you keep continuing on our street and you turn, it's that road right there. It's a cul-de-sac.
dang, that's wild.
Yeah. He I remember reading about it. It was nasty. It was really sad what happened.
That is sad.
And those
Jeez.
poor kids, dude.
I
Yeah.
hate stories that involve children.
I
But
know, me
thank you,
too.
Kathleen.
Thank you, Kathleen.
We love stories, period. So,
All
thank you.
stories,
All
true or
stories.
not.
Yep.
Don't send us in a fake story. That's not cool.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if you really want to like think of something really cool and then trick us at the end, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
It makes us look stupid.
That's like the what is it called? There's a name for them.
Creepy pasta?
Yeah, creepy pastas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's
really
another
want to
one
cover some of
though.
those.
It's not a folk tale. Is it a folk
Folklore.
tale? Folklore.
Folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The podcast that you and I both listened to, she did a folklore.
Yeah. They do a lot.
Folklore. Yeah. And I was like, the whole time I'm like mind blown. I'm like, I cannot believe this
And
is
then at the end, they're
happening.
like, oh yeah.
And then at the end, she's like, oh, that didn't happen. I'm like, dang it.
But it really makes you think and freaks you out.
Freaks you
I like
out,
those.
dude.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Those are cool.
Okay. So, one last story here.
Okay.
This is actually from my father-in-law, Bill.
Bill, thank you for sending
Bill.
in a story.
He's awesome. I'm very lucky to have great in-laws. All right. So, it says, "Hi Bree, I wanted to share a sighting that Donna, my mother-in-law, and I witnessed on March 31st, 1999. Like he remembers exact dates and everything from these. That's how much they affected him.
Yeah. That's what I was just going to say.
I have seen 4 unexplained craft in my lifetime, but this was the most spectacular, and this was awesome, since Donna saw it too. For years, she has heard me yammering on about UFOs and extraterrestrial life, so it was refreshing for me to have her see something that was totally unexplainable. The following is the report that I made to MUFON, MUFON, on the sighting. I'd have to look up what that stands for. I
Yeah, I don't know.
apologize. Um,
MUFON?
oh, a fast-moving V-shaped craft with no sonic boom or audible propulsion.
That's what it is.
I don't think that's what it is. I have to look that up. Yeah, that was the next sentence. All right. So it was an unusually warm evening in Pennsylvania this early in the year.
I
My
know what it
wife,
is.
what?
Well, wait. MUFON is Mutual UFO Network. So
Oh,
it's like a
okay.
networking or
Cool.
like a nonprofit
Wow,
organization.
that's wild that he reported that to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was an unusual warm evening in Pennsylvania this early in the year. My wife and myself had just put the kids to bed for the night, and I decided to go out on our deck and enjoy the warm evening sky.
Yeah.
I was only out for a few minutes, and I decided to ask my wife to come out since it was so nice. We both went out and leaned on the deck railing, and we were looking to the west. Suddenly, I saw movement, and I alerted my wife and pointed to the object and exclaimed, "What is that?" We both witnessed the object pass directly overhead until our field of view was blocked by our neighbor's tree. The object was a slight V shape with a very faint light at the ends of each wing. It had no discernible fuselage or empennage. It seemed also to have a shimmering effect, which
Oh.
may have been due to oh, that's the wrong story. This not grocery list for dinner. Where's the other side to my story?
Is it on the other side of the paper?
No, I have to cut this out. Oh, it's right here, right underneath
Oh,
it.
jeez, you scared me. I thought that was gone forever.
No. Okay, hold on. Can you cut this part out?
No.
Which may have
The-
been to the grocery list for dinner. That was gonna be my next part.
You're an
Okay.
embarrassment to us all, Brie.
I know I'm trying to do my father-in-law story a justice. All right. It seemed also to have a shimmering effect, which may have been due to the distortion of the warm air. The size of the object was equal to extending your arm and stretching out your thumb and index finger apart. Why am I doing that? The
Like
interesting thing to
this?
me was there was no, yeah, I think, no, index, thumb and index. So, like,
Oh, and you're looking up into the sky.
oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yep. All right. So, the size of the object was equal to extending your arm and stretching your index and your thumb and your index finger apart. The interesting thing to me was that there was no sonic boom for the incredible speed that the object was moving. Either it was tremendous in size and moving above the atmosphere, or it was much lower and somehow avoided creating a shock wave. If the object was lower, it had no audible means of propulsion. My wife stated that it looked more like a straight line with a light on each end. We were both in our late 30s at the time. I am a licensed pilot and a major buff on military aviation and aerospace technology. I live near the approach end of the Williamsport Regional Airport and am familiar with all aircraft that frequent the airport. I feel that I am a very competent person or competent witness, and I can honestly say that if what we saw that night was classified military hardware, we are light years ahead of certain technology that exists in the skies today.
Wow.
Um, I have done calculations based on my estimated point at which I first saw the object When I lost sight, factoring in the time we saw it, my calculations placed the object at around 23,000 miles per hour. It was incredible. Did I read that?
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That is bananas.
Did I read that? Hold on. I feel like I'm
I wish she
missing a
got a
page.
picture of it.
I know, 90s. Well, 99, but I feel like there was more to that. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm missing a page. Let me just double check.
Okay.
Sorry. Elevated music.
Thank you for putting my house back together today.
I did part of it. Leia's doing the other part.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you're welcome. Okay, that was it.
Wow, dude.
Cool. Our first listener UFO.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's always like so fascinated with watching the skies and looking out for UFOs and whatnot.
Other things.
I've heard he's told me this one before. Not quite in that detail, but he's told me this one before, and
Well,
it's just crazy. Like you can tell that, like I said, you can tell that it affected him in
yeah,
such a way
clearly it
since he
did.
remembers those little details.
Well, and he reported it. He said he did report it to.
Yep, MUFON.
Wow, MUFON. Well, if you have more stories, Bill, like
Yeah, he
please
says
send them
4.
in.
Yep, he says
What?
he's seen 4. So I will have to ask him for some more.
Yeah.
Why is
Oh
everybody
my-
around me like? Actually, that's a good thing. Gives us more stories.
That's true. That's
Yep.
true.
So that was from Bill. Thank you.
Thank
Pappy.
you, Bill. That was a wonderful story.
Yes.
And like the way that you described the warm summer evening,
I
like
know.
it
Makes you feel like you were there.
yeah, it made me feel like I was there.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you want to hear a neighborhood story?
Heck yes, I do.
Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, I took it. Okay, got it. I had to take a screenshot of it because why do I have this?
Oh gosh. What do you have?
I'm sorry for saying bitch, and you can cut it out if you want, because I know your mom listens to the show.
Oh, that's right.
Casey Anthony's a bitch.
Still stand by that.
I was like, why do I have a video of you?
Casey Anthony's a bitch.
Okay,
Oh.
so this one is called Eyesore, and it's on the Nextdoor app. If you want the ugliest yard in the neighborhood, just pick up Halloween decorations. Simple. What kind of modern society wants to see dead bodies and such? I wish some people would grow up and have some class. We are better than this. Why not decorate with beautiful things? Isn't that the purpose of a decoration? Beautify? Let's be different. Let's get creative and not let retail stores trick us into buying the ugly stuff they want to sell us. Seriously, who wants to store a skeleton in their closet for most of the year? If we stop buying that stuff, maybe we won't have to look at it in the stores either. That would be nice.
What was the name of the person? Does it have a name?
Yeah.
The Karen? Just kidding.
No, it didn't. That's weird.
I hope everybody put like skeletons in her yard. I saw
Someone
a TikTok.
really hates
or
Halloween.
TikTok. I saw a TikTok where someone's neighbor got annoyed with their Halloween decorations, similar to that. And they had like this creepy mannequin in their yard and they would like dress it up. And they got super annoyed. So they'd knock it down every day. And so they filled it with concrete.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm pretty sure they put it in that person's yard.
They should have. Oh,
they
could
had
you
a hard
imagine
time
trying to
getting it
move
out.
that?
Yeah. It kept on getting knocked down. So they're like, we'll put concrete in it.
Sorry.
Wham your bat against this.
Someone really just hates the world.
Right?
That's
Like, come on, it's fun. I
it's
like
fun. And if you don't
skeletons and
like
dead
it,
things.
don't look at it.
Yeah, don't look at it. It's eyesore. Then why would you look at something that makes your eye sore?
Yeah,
Just stupid,
exactly. It's like looking at the sun. Don't look at it. It hurts your
right?
eyes.
Right.
Who was I talking to? Oh, for Thanksgiving, I went over to my in-laws and we were talking about doctors. And my mother-in-law was talking about how a doctor that she went to when she was in her 20s, she hates him, which doesn't hate him, but she's like, I can't stand that guy. He's awful. And we're like, why? And she's like, because one time when I went in there, I told him that my finger hurts when I do this, whatever. I don't remember what she was doing, but like when I touch it or something. And he was like, well, then don't do that. Simple.
Sounds like a very old school doctor.
Yeah. Well, don't
Sounds
do
like the
that.
doctor I used to work for.
I mean, I tell my kid that all the time when she's like, my finger hurts when I touch it. I'm like, well, then don't touch
Don't
it.
touch it. Sorry.
But I thought it was really funny.
Oh.
So, oh man, you guys, we had such a good show. This was a good
Yep.
episode. Yeah.
Yes. We actually had some neighborhood stories from people that aren't just our parents. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And feel free to submit more. Come on.
Yeah. We
Give,
want to
give
hear
it-
your
Give
stories.
us some
guys.
more.
Give us
wanna
more.
hear-
Give us more. We want more.
Show me the stories.
It's my story. They're your stories, and I want them now.
Call JG Whitworth 877 cash now. 877 cash now. Now I'm gonna have that stuck in my head all night. Call now.
Way to go.
And everybody else's. You're welcome. That guy really got a catchy song. I'm just saying. Genius.
I mean, yeah. Can't
Yep.
argue with it.
Mm-mm.
All
All right.
You ready to sign off?
Yep, I guess. Oh, well, I guess I could ask you this after, but you can cut this out. So you're coming back for sure the 5th, or not sure yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
So
I told because Rick is going to rehab on Monday.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yay.
Yeah.
Aw.
So, and I said I would go back when he's in rehab, but that gives us like a week to see him before we have to leave, and hopefully Alice can see him some more. So,
Yay.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can have like you guys can come and decorate the house for Christmas and have it all set up for him.
Yeah. So, we'll
Oh, yay.
hopefully he's out by Christmas.
He will be.
Yeah.
And if not,
So,
it'll be good. So,
we'll be fine. Yeah. We'll be
all
fine.
right. Oh, so episode 14, we will be able to record together.
Yeah. One more of here.
One more Zoom. Yeah,
And
that'll be
after
13.
that,
14 will be together.
Yeah.
We'll be together. I don't know.
forever.
All right. So to listen to What's with the Neighbors podcast, you can find us pretty much anywhere, guys. All the
Anywhere.
all the big streaming podcast places, Spotify, Apple, Google. On Apple, giving us a review. Oh, we got a new review this week.
Oh yeah,
Yay.
that's right.
Thank you for giving us a review.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, giving us reviews on iTunes really helps us a lot. So if you could give us a review, it only takes like 2 seconds. You good? Okay. It only takes
Sorry,
like
you're
2
not boring me.
seconds, so you're good. Preferably positive, but it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Also follow us and like us on all of our social medias. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can just search what's with or WWTN podcast. Our website is what'swiththeneighbors.com. And on there,
You can find our Patreon page, which is patreon.com which is www.patreon.com/ what's with the neighbors. And for $5 a month, you can find unlimited all of our episodes unlimited,
All of 'em.
unedited, I should say. And
you can see us
we
cough.
see us cough, see us get up and do bathroom breaks. And no, it's actually, there's, I mean, the
You can
episode,
see Amy yell at her kid.
yeah. And the episode before this, we actually edited out quite some stories of the episode before that of the Black Eyed Kids. So
Oh.
there's things that you will not find on, like, on Spotify. You'll only find it on the Patreon page, and there's
Exclusive content.
exclusive content. So yeah, it's $5 a month. It's not that much. And we
Less
want to
than
do more.
Netflix.
Yep. And we want to do more things for you guys, but we're waiting for more Patreons to be able to do that. And that goes, the money, the $5 a month goes directly back to the podcast.
Yeah. Doesn't go to us. We don't get it.
We don't
We
get
have
it,
to make
so,
our own money.
yeah, unfortunately. So we're not rich.
We actually
So,
do this because we like it.
yeah. So anyway, so that's it. It's $5 a month. Unedited videos and other content you can't find anywhere else.
Yep. Also, feel free to slide into our DMs with any questions, comments, or even story suggestions. That's also where you can send in your listener stories if you have anything true crime, paranormal, anything unexplainable, myths, urban legends. If you've got a stalker or you know someone who had a stalker, or if
Mhm.
you witnessed or heard of a murder that was in your town, like,
Or found something cool.
yeah, or found something cool. Like if you
Found some
saw,
bones.
yeah, or I was gonna say a penny, but bones are cool
Penny
too.
works too.
Yep. That's cool. Or a neighborhood story is also something that we like to get.
Yes.
So yeah, those will be included in our list, right? Our neighborhood stories included in our listener stories,
Yeah, why
depending on the
not?
length. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So yeah,
Or
that
we
is
could
at
even share them as our neighborhood stories.
Yeah, or that, depending on the length, I'd say.
Yeah.
And you can email us at wwtnpodcast@gmail.com. And yeah.
Yeah. Have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Bree and Amy out. All right.
Stop
I love you, buddy.
recording. I love you. You have a fantastic. Hold on. I gotta make sure the recorded file will be converted to an MVP once
Once it ends. Yeah.
Okay. I'm so
Yeah.
paranoid about this now. Okay.
I hope
Well,
so. I
enjoy
hope
your
it works
evening.
because you had quite a few of those.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I mean, yours never messes up. I don't know why.
It's so weird. It must be my internet.
It's probably mine. Okay. Well,
All right.
have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
You too.